Hi there, it's Becca from the Know and Play Space, and today's video is a talk through toy rotation of our play space. It's our second rotation in May, with Mr. 2 being 2 years and 8 months. I like to start off a toy rotation with a really quick tidy, so here I am just giving the play space a really quick blitz. So I thought I'd start off today with showing you what has been in the playroom this week and over the last couple of weeks, and then I will show you how I'm going to do a toy rotation with these things here and swap it for everything that is currently on the shelves. So we'll start over here. So in our sensory table this week, we have got a cotton bud posting activity, which I've just popped out on the table, which Mr. 2.5 has been enjoying. That'll be going away this week. And then in here, this week, he has had Mundo, which again will be going away this week, and we'll swap it for another sensory base because that's been out for a couple of days now, so a bit grotty. And then over here is the first shelf. So the last 2 weeks we have had dinosaurs. We've had a counting puzzle, stickle bricks. In here is kind of just figures for small world play, more dinosaurs. This is just his kind of bits and bobs, household objects, keys, screwdrivers, phones, and then musical instruments in here. Last couple of weeks we have had the easel out and a cutting activity, which has been dinosaur themed as well, because that's been his interest over the last couple of weeks. And we've got chalks and crayons under there, which we've been using on the board. And then around here we have had the Fisher Price little house for some small world play. Oops, had his Yoto down here, which has been lovely to kind of listen to as we're playing. We've had the threading tray, so this has been out for 4 weeks now, which has just got lots of different things to thread and a lace in there. This was a new addition last week, so it's like a popper. Oh, it's the wrong way up. It's got these little pegs and they pop in the holes, and you can match them to the colours of the pictures, but he hasn't done that. He's just put them in the holes, which is fine. We've had this puzzle. This has been out for 4 weeks now, as has this, which is the shape sorter, a more complex shape sorter than some others. Cars, as always, but there have ended up to be, I mean, there's trains in here as well. There are far too many out, so I'm going to limit this week. And his lockbox, which again has been out for 4 weeks now. So most of these things, apart from this here, the dinosaurs, which came out over the last 2 weeks, and the stickle bricks, I think, oh, and the counting puzzle, everything else has kind of been out for nearly a month now, really. So it could do with a really good rotation, which is what I'm going to do with all of these bits this morning. So the way that I do a toy rotation is I basically go up to the loft, which I've got a little video that I'll put on the screen, and I kind of collect, which I've done in here, everything that I want to put out for this week and for the next 2 weeks, really. So I've collected bits, popped it all in a tray so that it's ready to come down, and then brought it downstairs. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to pull things off the shelf that I'm going to swap out, and then replace it with the things that I have done. So dinosaurs are going to go away this week. So I basically just collect everything that needs to go away for dinosaurs. And this will be swapped out for something else. Small world figures normally stay, but I'm actually going to swap this out this week because they haven't been touched. So that's kind of something that I really think about when I'm doing toy rotations is, has it been touched? Has it been played with? Is it, you know, meeting the needs at the moment? So he hasn't played with any of the small world figures in here over the last kind of month, really. So I'm going to put those away. So that's going away. Dinosaurs are still being enjoyed. However, he's also just been to the zoo. And so I'm going to put some animals out instead. These little bits and bobs and pieces always stay, so he's always got kind of keys and phones and things because he loves those. Musical instruments, that came out weird. Musical instruments, I am going to rotate, but I'm going to keep some out, but I'm just going to change them to different instruments. Lockbox is going away because that's been the first 2 weeks. He loved it so much that I kept it out for the second 2 weeks, but actually he's then not touched it since. So that's going away this week. Same with the threading. Played with that loads to start with. So I kept it out in the second rotation last month, but not been touched. This one he's played with once since we got it out, so I'm going to leave it because I might, if I've got space, I might keep it out. What I'll do is I'll just reset it and put all the pegs back in here so that it's then ready and kind of fresh. But if I've got space, then I'll keep this one out, but otherwise that might go away just for a little bit. Cars I'm going to pull out because I know that I need to limit the number in here, and I want to add the roads in with the cars this month. The shape sorter, it's been out for four weeks now. He has done it quite a few times and is kind of enjoying the challenge. So again, a bit like the pegboard. Is it pegboard? Not really sure. Kind of like a pegboard. Again, if I've got space, I'll keep this out this week again, just because he's enjoying it and it gives a really good challenge. He's not quite mastered it yet, but is getting better at it. So I'm going to leave that out if I've got space. But this puzzle is going to go away because it's not been touched, and therefore clearly isn't interesting at the moment. This house is going to go away this time because I'm going to swap. As I said, Small World is going to be animals this week, but also I'm hoping to bring the big kitchen down for kind of Small World and imagination play. So that's going to go away this week. Forgot to mention that the bus was there. The bus can stay. I will probably change the easel and put that away this week, just so that we've got a bit more space. Yoto will stay. That's always there. Oh, there's sunglasses in there. They'll need to be put away. We got a few new cards recently, like Dizu. We got Percy new, Winnie the Pooh, and Hungry Caterpillar. This has been amazing. He's loving Hungry Caterpillar at the moment. So having that, put that at the front as the new story for this week has been super. And actually I pulled some things out in the toy rotation that are Hungry Caterpillar themed because of that. So yeah, so here's everything that I have got there for to put away. And then now it is time to have a think about what I'm going to put on each shelf from this box. So if I pull this down, oops, onto the floor, bear with me, it's quite heavy. There we go. So in the box this week, I have got safari animals, or kind of wild animals, I suppose, so things like giraffes, elephants, because he has just been to the zoo this week and so is definitely interested in animals at the moment. I have brought down it's from Ticket, I never know if it's Ticket or Tickety, but probably Ticket materials matching board. Don't know if I can open this with one hand. Just about. Ooh, there we go. It's basically a matching board that's got different materials, kind of touch and feel and language development and things. He's loving matching games at the moment, so I thought that would be a fun one. This I brought down. This was a DIY that I did when, gosh, Isaac must have been under a year when I did this, and I put photos in. It was like a photo memory cube. It was great for language development, but I'm hoping this week I'm going to put some kind of number resources in here, as we're starting to look a little bit at number now that we're reaching nearly 3. So I brought that down, but that's actually just to remind me that I need to fill it. Musical instruments to swap, so I don't have them all out at once, otherwise there's too many. But I will swap them out just so that he's got different ones in the basket, which we always try and have musical instruments because it's so beneficial between that kind of 0 to 5 years. But I do swap them so that he's got different ones every now and again. I've got the way to play roads, which I'm going to put with the cars when I limit those, just because, again, I mean, he loves cars so much. He plays with cars every single day, most days, most of the day, every single day, I meant to say. So, but I'm going to put the roads out because we haven't had really those out properly since Christmas. So that will be a nice addition. Hammering block. He has been bringing his kind of hammers and tools in from outside and trying to hammer things inside, which is not ideal. And so this will be a nice medium so that he can still do hammering, but it is purposeful and not hammering all of the furniture. We've been enjoying kind of playing games together. So this is, I mean, there's far too many cars and pieces in here, but we're big Julia Donaldson fans. So what I'll do is pick out maybe 6 matching cards and put that in a basket so that we've got a game together to kind of sit and play. Another game, as I said, this was a gift to us, which was really lovely. We've not done dominoes before. So again, I thought sometimes we like to have a game to play together. So I'm going to put that out. Again, probably not all of them, but I'll find a number, maybe 10 of them that do go together. And we can learn how to play dominoes this month. And then in here is another DIY game that I made. Can I open it with one hand? No. I'll show you in a minute, but basically it is family pictures and there are 2 of each so that you can turn them over. So again, kind of thinking about games that we can play together so that we have things that we can do together and then things that he can play with independently. I'll put this out if I've got enough space. So this is the current state of the toy rotation. When he was little, I used to be able to do this with him in the room, kind of playing next to me, but these days I either do it in the evening or he's at his nanny and granddad's today, so I'm going to get started whilst he's not here so that it was all fresh for him to come back to. So here I am working through this month's toy rotation. So I'm pulling things off the shelf that were already there and moving them onto different shelves just to keep that engagement so that Mr. 2 can find them in different spaces. I'm limiting the resources so that we don't have too much out. So I'm having less cars, less parts of the game, and popping things into baskets so that it's open and accessible because we have a Montessori inspired play space. And then I do a really good tidy up to make sure all of the other resources are away. Okay, so toy rotation is done. And I will give you a little tour about what I've changed. So in the book basket this week is all the library books. So we try and keep library books downstairs kind of away from all the other books so they don't get confused. I have changed up, sorry about my shadow, the sensory table has got red lentils in this week. And in the other side, there'll be pots and bits and bobs in there. And then over here, so I've added some books just on a kind of IKEA pot stand here so that they're all front facing. Some zoo kind of safari animals in a basket at the top here. Oops. And then we were sent these are the Geo rocks from Ulenik. These were kind of a new resource that we have got for sacking and construction. The matching board that I was saying. So I've displayed it in a basket undone so that he can do it himself. Hammer, and then the dice, just because we play games and bits and bobs with this, but I actually just need to get another shelf to go in here. And then this is the family matching game, the matching pairs. So it's just got family photos. And I'm going to show him, we've played it matching where we have them kind of all face up. But I'm going to show him this week how we can kind of play it as a memory game and show him that it doesn't work when we do it face down and can we remember. Because he started to do that with the game shopping list. I'm hoping he'll be able to do it with that this week. Then I've put cars and roads in here, much smaller selection of cars. I've kept out the chalkboard, but I've just swapped it round. There's chalk and stuff under here, and then I've just kept the dinosaurs for the moment because there's actually still some left. But I'll change that once they've run out. And then round here, I've put musical instruments on top because we've got the xylophone this week. And that needs a bit more space, but the Yoto has stayed. And then over here, again, I've put everything out on baskets so that it's not in boxes and it's easily accessible. To start with, we've got the dominoes game, which I limited just to 10 dominoes and made sure that they all do link. And that's Hungry Caterpillar themed, which you'll like. This is the matching game again. I limited it to just 6 matching pairs. And just like with the memory game, we can either do it face up or we can do it face down. So we'll have a go at playing that together this week. Kept the counting puzzle. We're liking that. I've kept stickle bricks and just added a different variety of bricks. I managed to keep the shape sorter because there was enough space this week, and then that's just bits and bobs that are always out. And that's everything so far, really. We've got the little creative table over here, which I haven't done anything with, but sometimes, so in these drawers, we've got creative resources. So I've actually bought a new stamp pad, so sometimes I'll lay something out in the morning, or there's sticker pads and stuff in here, and pop it on the table, but I haven't at the moment, just to keep everything kind of fresh and tidy, ready for him to come back to. But I hope that was useful, kind of knowing kind of what I was swapping and why. And yeah, I'll come back soon for another video, maybe in the next couple of weeks when I swap things again, so that you can see what the next toy rotation is. Don't forget to like and leave a comment so that I know that you've watched. Subscribe to my YouTube channel and see you soon for another video.